Kristen, I'll start with you. Break this all down for us. Break down these jobs numbers. What stands out to you?
Yeah, so essentially that 528,000 number was more than double, actually, what a lot of economists had been forecasting. And this is really huge news. Typically, I don't think too many of us would actually be talking about these jobs numbers every single month. But given the context that we're in right now, we're just last week, we had the second quarter GDP growth sinking 0.9%. A lot of people were really, essentially grabbing their hair and saying, okay, the sky is falling. Maybe right now we're in a recession. But to see these absolutely staggering jobs numbers and the unemployment rate falling to 3.5%, I think the question right now really is, really what recession? So clearly the economy is still going strong with employers adding back these jobs. The more workers that we have that are employed, the more income that we have in their hands. And that means more consumers are spending their money. So the U.S. economy seems to be doing pretty well, at least for right now.
Professor Spriggs, do you agree with that analysis? And what do you think the impact of the IRA could be potentially? How will it help, if at all, with inflationary pressures on American families who have been dealing with all of these skyrocketing prices on essential items?
Yeah, so the Inflation Reduction Act, the IRA that you call it, it is really aimed at the actual cause of price hikes, which is the tremendous shocks that we're having right now to our food production system. A lot of that is the war between Russia and Ukraine, the effect that has on fertilizer production, the effect it has on fuel supplies, which then in turn affects the production of food. But a lot of this is climate change. We're having a drought in Italy, we're having a drought in India, we're having a drought in Africa. None of that has anything to do with the war, but it has everything to do with global warming. The Inflation Reduction Act finally gets us on the side of the environment and doing the things that will help to relieve this tremendous shock that we're having from global warming. It puts a check on healthcare costs. Many Americans benefited last year because the rescue plan gave them assistance to pay for their health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. This will extend and make permanent their access so that they will be able to afford health insurance. We know how important that is, having lived through COVID. And for seniors, we have huge relief from prescription drugs because for once, Medicare will finally be able to negotiate prescription drug prices. So a lot of the core things are going to be addressed, the things that are really getting at the price movements. My fear is that, as Kristen said, the numbers were bigger than expected. This is going to make people at the Fed, who I think have been analyzing the economy totally wrong, go bonkers. They're going to have the sense that the economy really is overheating in their minds. They, the Federal Reserve, are the risk that we could have a recession because they're interpreting the headwinds that we're facing incorrectly. They are real, they are strong, and tipping the scales by being aggressive and raising interest rates misdirected because they cannot affect the sources of price increases, can only threaten the jobs of auto workers, threaten the jobs of construction workers, and raise unemployment. If we have a recession, that will be why.
It's a really, really helpful analysis. And Kristen, you had mentioned all the folks writing the headlines spelling doom and gloom for the economy and the impending inevitable recession. Today, I think people put a pause on that analysis. But do you agree and share the concerns of the professor about the Fed and an impending recession and potentially the idea that they may overcorrect and lead us in that direction?
I'm not necessarily the only one. A lot of folks have really been sharing in some of those worries of the professor. I mean, you need to look no further than the stock market today. We really saw markets taking a tumble after this news that came out. And that's what we like to call good news is bad news, because folks have been routinely and repeatedly concerned that the Federal Reserve was going to go a little bit too far or wasn't really going to be able to handle this balancing act that they have in attempting to bring down inflation while still avoiding that recession. it is a bit of a tightrope that they have going on right now. And we've already heard several Fed presidents come out, James Bullard, Mary Daly, saying, hey, we have a lot more work that we need to do. We need to bring inflation down, and saying that they were going to get more aggressive. We've already had 2 supersized rate hikes of 75 basis points this year. And I think the real big fear here is we're going to have another really large rate hike. Now, the more they turn down the flame on the US economy, the more likely we're going to tip into that recession. Can the Fed walk that tightrope? That really remains to be seen.